You want to touch on the Sparks?
I wanted to talk about, I think, one of the biggest things, because I noticed, with this weekend, Sue Bird retiring. She announced that she was going to retire last week, so it was a big thing that her last game was in New York Sunday. And, I think, salute to the Las Vegas Aces, because they're doing their thing. I think what I'm starting to, one story that's not going noticed, and the only thing, it was like a 30-second news clip. Derek Fisher had got let go from the Sparks.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm kind of looking side-eye or was catching my attention was because I think when the Sparks came into this season, they were coming in to compete for a title, but to also to go against the Aces. Because everybody knows Vegas is a team. If you look up there, Asia Wilson is just a monster. She's a beast.
MVP candidate.
Yeah, she already was doing her thing when she first came to the league her first year, but they weren't ready yet. You understand? She wasn't ready yet. Now it looks like it's just coming natural. There's nothing you can do. She's going to do what she does. Now to piggyback off that, you look at the Sparks. Liz Cambage came over from the Aces. She left and went to the Sparks, right? You got the Boumakay sisters. You have Jordan Canada. You have Tolliver. I'm trying to understand how all this talent is walking into that door. Then Derek Fisher, who was the coach and the GM, so clearly he signed off on a lot of this. I think LA, the Sparks or the Lakers, whoever owns the team, I think partially the Lakers own the team. Whoever owns the team was trying to do what, trying to create a team that was going to get to a championship. It has not worked out. I think at the moment when I look, they were 5-9. That's 4 games under 500. There's only 12 teams, and you're second to last in the West Conference. So I think there's only one team worse than you, and I don't understand how that's happening. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I will say this: there's 2 things I am noticing. One, I noticed the other day when I turned on the channel, I forgot who they were playing. Tolliver looked upset. That's one. 2, I don't know. I don't, and there's another topic we're going to talk about, but when you have all this talent, somebody got to go. It can't just be the coach. I can assure you when the season ends, depending on, not the control, wherever they end at for this season, if they don't get to a playoff, and they make a deep playoff run, they are going to I can tell you they're going to scratch that whole thing. There's no point in keeping them. The Boumakay sisters has been there for a few years now. What they done produced? You ain't got no, if I was the owner, I'd be looking like, I don't know why everybody here. What y'all doing?
Do you think, and again, we're talking about the W, so I don't like mixing the NBA with the W because I want to give the W their respect.
Right.
Do you think they're having the same problem as the Los Angeles Lakers? Like a team that looked nice on paper,
right?
But some of the pieces didn't fit.
It's not.
It's how the Lakers went and got Russell Westbrook. Oh, hey, this is going to work because it's Russell Westbrook. But the reality of it is Russell Westbrook would work better in a different situation. So going to the Sparks, since you brought it up, do you think they have pieces not fitting? And if so, what do you think those pieces are?
I think, let me say this, to answer that question, to start off. I thought when Liz Cambage came there, that was going to hurt Las Vegas and that was going to help the Sparks go up. And that has not happened. So I don't know what's going on in there. Then you have the Boumakay sisters who are supposed to be, with their height and with their talent, they're supposed to be like Asia Wilson. It's not working. So I would, if I was the owner, they got rid of Fisher. That's step one. That was clearly a message that if this don't get changed, I'm going to scrap this whole thing and restart over again. Jordan Canada came from Seattle. She's no slouch. Okay. You got Tolliver, who's a known champion. I don't know what else you can do. You only won 5 games, and it's for example, to make a point, Phoenix is ahead of them with 6 games to win.
Okay.
The reason why, and I know you shouldn't give them a pass, but Brittany Griner's out of there. She's locked up.
They will be in a lot better
position. So
Taurasi
and Skylar, as good as they are, it just messes up the whole chemistry of the team. Plus, they lost their coach to Liberty. I can see why they only got 6 wins. But you got everything that you needed to succeed, and you only have 5 wins. How is that possible? So when I look, I'm like, I knew Asia Wilson was dope. I knew who she is. I don't think I realized her potential or how important she was. So I see Cambage go over here, and now it's not really working out. So it's something in there is not working. And I can assure you, Give it time. There's going to be a player that's going to come out and say something. There's just going to be.
Can I put you on a hot seat?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're very in tune to what's going on. Obviously, why you brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
If you were part of management or upper management or whatever, what player would you like to see moved in the off season?
From the Sparks?
Yeah. Because you put it out there. You said Derek Fisher, that was step one. Yep. So if they're going to make a roster changes, what do you think they need to move?
I think when I think about that team, and as I'm sitting here thinking about it, and there's another girl, her name is Brittany. I forgot her last name though. And she's from Syracuse University. So when this clip comes out, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're going to have to scratch that team. There's no one player that you can build around. If you look around, the Liberty have Sabrina Ionescu, right? Okay. Phoenix has, even though they're missing the grinder, they have Taurasi and Dickens, so they can work off of that. When you look at Seattle, they got what's her name? Not just Sue Bird, not just Bird, but there's other. Huh?
Stewart.
No, another girl, Jewel Lloyd.
Okay.
So they have Jewel Lloyd. When you look at LA, who's the team? Who's the person you see on the team that you need to stop? I'm trying to understand that. Unless you're thinking about Jordan Canada, I don't know who you need to stop. Tolliver, who you talking about?
And you know who they're going to bring up?
Who?
They cut T. Cooper before the season started.
Correct. Which I don't know why she's still not on the team. I don't understand that.
Yeah, she should have been on the team like yesterday, but yeah.
Yeah. So when I'm looking at the Sparks, there's clearly some problems down there. And let me say this. Now that I think about it, I remember that at one point, Candace and them in a booming cases, there was something going on down there. I remember they didn't want to play. Fisher was the coach at the time. There was clearly an issue. I thought that issue had got fixed. But if I was the owner, I would make it very clear to the players, this better change, or y'all gonna start looking for new teams. And I mean everybody's
so talking about full blown.
The whole full blown. There's no point. You got Liz. If I told you got Liz Cambage, you got the Boom and K sisters, you got Tolliver, you got Jordan Canada. That's 5 people I'm naming. That's not even all the rest of the players that's on the team, right? That alone should make me feel like my shot at getting into the playoffs and making a deep run, that should give me confidence. You only have 5 wins. As an owner, you're second from bottom. You only got 5 wins. You in a big market like LA, like as Shannon Sharp has said,
attract free agents all day.
Right. So it's not that location, but for whatever, the Minnesota Lynx are the team at the bottom.
Okay.
So if the Lynx go on a winning streak, you about to be down at the bottom. That in LA is unacceptable with the talent they had. If they were in rebuild mode, it would make sense. They're not in rebuild mode. You ain't got the talent. We put y'all in here. If y'all want to come to LA to just do your business ventures and go on ESPN, no shots fired, or be Savage Fenty Models, that's fine. But I ain't bring you in here to just bring in 5 wins and work on your business projects. I brought you in here to bring a championship. So I'm not saying that it can't change, but this doesn't look good because I think that we're around almost halfway through the season.
Yeah, half of the season is almost gone.
So unless they do some fast turnaround, I don't know what's going to change. Good luck, though.
Before we switch gears again, free Brittany Griner till it's backwards.